move on to our next story, and the question is Sarah Kabu trying to come for Willy Paul?
God.
Is she trying to start something? Because recently, Willy Paul started a rant. Because for the longest time, we have been talking about musicians and Kenyan artists and how they're feeling marginalized in the industry, how they're feeling like we're giving priority to, foreign acts in the country and everything. However, Willy Paul has a different strategy to all this, because he is saying cartels are responsible. Now, this just feels like he's looking for somebody to blame, because even the government, when things were going wrong, they blamed cartels.
Yes.
And it's now become a thing.
Grafting.
Whenever things are not working, we look for a cartel to blame. Anyway, Willy Paul via social media said, Kenya is the only country where people with no talent get booked for big gigs. Actually, having no talent at all is a qualification in Kenya. Just what you need to succeed. Cartels are all over. We got very talented individuals, but they're not given the opportunity to show the world what they got. If we want to structure the industry, we must do away with mediocre artists and support real talent. It just sounded like he was looking for somebody to blame, because we've been saying this. It's up to you, the artist, to put in the work. Did we not see Fields, who came to Kenya solely for the purpose of networking and looking for people to collab with and looking for acts to, collaborate with? He did that. He went from his country, came to, like he's been touring different countries. It's just you. Put in your work, put your art out there for people to love. If it goes viral and it transcends everywhere, you're doing a good job, okay? Anyway, Sarah Kabu decided to respond and say, sasa hata kama hatuna talent, tuna mafans. Tufanyeje tukiitwa gigs. And I think she was referring to the fact that her and her husband are always at all of these gigs. We have seen that group of old people. I will not mention names. Akina Kirwa. Well, we've seen a group of, old people, but we know they have a contribution. Either you're contributing financially or through events and everything. And, it felt like she felt like they were being attacked for always being at these events and everything. And she went on to say, my hubby has 2 left legs na vile yeye hutu entertain kwa dance floor more than those real dancers. So basically she's saying you could have choreographed, okay? Spent weeks practicing choreography, trying to figure out what moves go with the beat. But that clown who's going to just be dancing there and doing the most, looking drunk and everything, at the end of the day might get more attention than you people, and might even go viral because somebody took a video of them doing something funny. And it doesn't take away from your craft. You put in the work. Yes, you put out a good show. Accept that and move on. But blaming everybody else for the fact that you're not doing as good as you used to, it doesn't make sense. Willy Paul, when was the last time you actually put out a banger? Like because he used to put out good music. He used to put out real hits, and we would listen to it, and we would adore all that music. He'd be at every event. So what happened? Why did you fall off? Instead of now blaming everybody around you, why don't you figure out what happened and the circumstances that led? Is it because of all the scandals that you were being, and now people are a bit reserved from booking you for a gig because we don't want the drama? We just want you to come and perform. Are you now going to blame cartels for all the scandals that you've been mentioned in? It doesn't make sense. It was you at the center of the drama and the scandal. What were the cartels doing? Spreading information. I just think, you know what? Put in the work. Stop blaming everybody around you.
Yeah, I feel like we've done a lot of blame shifting in the past maybe year and a half, even maybe 2 years, when it comes to Kenyan music and playing Kenyan music. And I feel like a lot of the spaces that people are trying to attack are working really hard to make sure that they're putting out your music, to make sure that people have an insight of your existence to begin with. So everything else that is done is your job. You need to do better. Great music, network, put yourself in spaces that need people see you, and people can then be able to call you for other gigs. You know, a lot of these people make money from smaller gigs, you know?
Yeah.
I saw you at an event and I'm like, can you come and perform for my girlfriend? We've seen a lot of people saying that they don't always even earn money from performances. Some of them just songwrite. Someone comes and tells you, I'll give you such and such money, write a song for me. It's just there are opportunities. If you're not seizing them, that's entirely your fault. We can't really pin this on cartels. Yes, there are cartels. Yes, there are people who are stifling the industry from growing as much as it should be. But sometimes people demand for you. And it doesn't matter what cartel is where. If people demand for you, they're going to get you. So make yourself a demand. Make yourself a commodity that people want to demand for.
Exactly.